Greetings, John Thompson here, Superintendent from Whitefish Bay. This message is for our school community families. Want to thank you very much for your engagement over the past several weeks as we plan to prepare for the opening of the 2021 school year. We hope this message finds you well. Want to thank our ad hoc committee members as they provide valuable feedback into our areas of safety and operations, learning and supporting students. That committee met 4 times this summer and provided really valuable feedback into our planning. Really helped to refine our plans moving forward. Thank you very much for your generous commitment of time. The ad hoc committee was not charged with making a recommendation. Nonetheless, we took many of the ideas from that ad hoc committee and it did inform our recommendation. Other things that informed our recommendations were the surveys from the spring from our students, parents, and staff regarding our emergency remote learning this spring. We did some summer surveys for additional feedback. We heard that some of our questions were less than perfect. Nonetheless, I believe we gleaned very valuable information from those surveys regarding safety in different instructional modes, what's important to families, and how to move forward in the school year. So we use that information also to inform our recommendation to the board. Administration recommended that the beginning of the 2021 school year begin with a AABB blended instructional model with a virtual option for families. And so what that does is half the population attends, the student population attends Monday and Tuesday in person. The others half attends virtually, Wednesday all virtually, and then those populations flip. So those that were virtual on Monday and Tuesday are in person Thursday and Friday. And then the population that was in person Monday and Tuesday attends Thursday and Friday virtual. That provides us the social and physical distancing that is necessary in order to mitigate risk as a strategy in this COVID era. Other strategies are face masks. Staff and students will be wearing face masks, good hand hygiene, cohorts of students where we can, and putting all those together put us in a sustainable model for in-person learning, which was a huge priority from all stakeholder groups. And stakeholder groups have competing interests. So to come up with a plan that everyone feels great about is not possible right now. Nonetheless, this was the sweet spot we tried to land and make that recommendation. The board did review the recommendation. They did discuss it. They were provided all the feedback from school community members over the last several weeks, as well as took community comments the last 2 board meetings. They took that all in consideration and decided to approve that recommendation. We understand that that recommendation and that approval has a heavy lift for our teachers, our support staff, and administrators. We're committed to supporting all those groups moving forward with this plan. The timeline. We are finalizing an opening of schools booklet, and our target date to have that posted on our website is Thursday early afternoon. When that is posted, we'll notify families. We would ask you to review that. That will have much of the information you're going to need to inform your decision on whether you will be selecting the in-person blended approach or the virtual option. And so there's information on there from learning or instruction, safety, and mitigating risk, supporting students, how COVID tracing occurs, our partnership with the health department, and other key areas in how schools will operate moving forward. Should you have any questions, certainly around teaching and learning, contact Maria Kocharski. If you have questions about safety and operations, feel free to reach out to Brian Chase, supporting students, students with disabilities, 504 accommodations. Please contact Stacy Gain. Any general questions, I'd be happy to have conversation with you as well. Following that, shortly after that is posted, you'll be communicated with by our schools about the online registration process, and that will be initiated. In that process, you'll be asked about which learning mode you want. Is it the blended option or virtual option? So it's important that you review that handbook so you're informed. Secondly, there's questions on the registration process around technology and if you're going to be in need of some technology or internet support. So please answer those so we can take that information and follow up with you. A lot of our ability to sustain in-person learning has a great deal to do with the COVID spread in our community. And we're going to be monitoring that. We have gating criteria drafted out, and we'll be tracking that data. Another big influence is how we operate in schools with students and staff. And we're committed to training staff and committed to training students and supporting all to make sure we can mitigate risk with multiple strategies. I spoke about many of those strategies: masks, hand washing, social distance, good routines and good practices, and cohorting. But probably most important is how we behave and act in the community regarding mitigating risk. We can do things well in the schools, but if school is over and all is lost around the focus around mitigating risk, we will ramp up COVID spread and will not be able to sustain this in-person learning. So there's a lot of things that are influencing this. We could do this all perfect, but due to community spread, we still may have to revisit whether or not the in-person learning is the best instructional model based upon safety. So, with that, this concludes our update. I hope you and your family are doing well. Please look for the communication about the opening of schools booklet. Please review it carefully. We'll start the registration process. And again, future updates will be coming from the building level. Take care, be well, and see you soon.